Hi guys, sorry I dropped the camera a second ago, trying to still adjust to this long distance technology learning. I wanted to show you that I built a flower like you guys have in your packet. I colored it and then I glued it onto paper. But I added a few things to mine. If you'll see on my flower, I added some roots down here, and I decided I wanted to label everything. So I drew my roots, and then I wrote the word roots, and I drew a line to show that those are the roots of the flower. I also wrote stem, because this long green thing here is the stem of the flower, and I drew a line to it to show you that that is the stem of the flower. Then we have leaves. I wrote leaves up here and drew a line to the leaves of the flower. And then I wrote flower, because at the very top of that stem, we have our flower. We have the seed pods inside and we have all the petals, but I just wrote flower for right now and drew a line to it. So those roots, if you remember when we talked about trees, the roots are important because they keep the flower in place in the ground and keep it standing up, just like the roots of the tree does. It also soaks up all the nutrients and the water that falls onto the ground. It soaks those things up so that then we go to the stem. The stem is kind of like your tree trunk on a tree. Do you remember how we used that? That is like a straw. If you remember, we went so that it could soak up all those nutrients and water from the roots and take it up to the flower. So it carries all the nutrients. Then we have the leaves. The leaves are very important because they help create food for this flower. Just like you and I have to eat, the flower eats. And it actually, we don't give it food, but the sun helps make food. So the sunlight shines on those leaves, and those leaves use the energy from the sunlight, and it makes food. And so the food travels from the leaves to the stem and then up into the flower. So it feeds that flower. Then we have our flower itself. We have the petals. We have the middle side that has our pollen inside of it, the nectar for the bees and the hummingbirds. And then it also has our seed pod inside of it. So I just wanted to show you that I built a flower like you guys, and then I labeled my stuff so you guys would know the parts of a flower. We have the roots, stem, leaves, and flower. I also did your life cycle of a flower, of a plant. So it starts with the seed, and then it goes to a sprout. Remember in our book how it said that they bust it open? Well, that seed has a seed coating on it, and that seed coating will kind of bust open so that the roots can grow and the stem can grow. And then you see out here, parts of the plant are coming out and that seed coating is going away. Then we come down here and it's grown a little bit more. We have some leaves, but we don't have a flower yet, and that's called a seedling. It's a seedling. So we've got 1, 2, 3, and then finally, number 4 is the flower. I drew some little red flowers on there so it can kind of look like they're bedding out like this. That is the flower. And then it all just happens over again, just like in our book, how the flower grows and then the wind blows. And eventually it'll blow those seeds out of that flower, and that seed will land on ground, and then it'll start all over again. That's why we call it a cycle, because it just goes on and on and on. It is its life cycle. That's how plants grow and live. So plants need 3 things to live. They need sunlight. They need soil for it to be planted in, a good soil that has lots of nutrients in it so it'll grow. And then it also needs water. I have a plant that I keep inside. I put it next to my window so it can get sunlight. And then I have to water it every few days. But outside, unless it's really dry and we don't get a lot of rain, a lot of times nature can do that. The rain will water your flowers, and then the sunlight will shine on it. And if it's on the ground or the soil, you plant it in that and then it'll grow. Or sometimes if you don't plant it and the wind comes along, it'll blow those seeds and then they will grow. I don't know if you've seen dandelions. We call them weeds. But that's how they do. They grow, and then the wind comes along and it picks up all those little white fluffy things and it scatters them all over the yard, and then it starts again with the yellow flowers. Kind of frustrates us parents who don't want to see any dandelions in there. They just all want to see green. But that's how it goes. The wind picks it up, it blows it, and they fall on the ground, and then it starts again. Guys, I miss you. I love each and every one of you, and I'm going to start doing chart time probably tomorrow. I went to school and I brought the chart home with me so I could hang it up on my wall, and we will start doing chart time starting tomorrow so we can refresh our memories on our days of the week, the months of the year, our alphabet, our numbers, our colors, our shapes, and our rhyming words. So we're going to start that tomorrow. I'm going to try and figure out today how to get it all put up on my wall so I can do a video and send it to you tomorrow. I miss you guys. I hope everybody is doing well. I wish each and every one of you well. I hope I can see you soon. Bye.